Hiya, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Hope you guys are doing all right. Sorry for the couple of minutes delay. Just as I was about to go on, my daughter decides to call me out, even though she's supposed to be sleeping. So I do apologize about that. You know how it goes. You put them to bed, they try and sneak around and whatnot. So, welcome everyone. This is my channel. Like, share, and subscribe. I hope you guys have been doing all right. Um, Today, as you guys can see from the thumbnail, I'll be talking about the weekly 90 days episode. So I'm just going to pull up my bits and bobs. Let's just see who else wants to join me this evening. Um, oh, you know what? Thank you. Let me just say that. Thank you, because this is that was what planned. Wasn't planned, but yeah. Welcome, Hector. Thank you for joining me. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, 90 days. Have you guys seen it? Have you had a chance to catch up on it? Have you seen maybe the last couple of weeks? I don't know. I mean, this week it was crazy. There's a couple of couples that I really want to like drill, but I'm just gonna start with how the episode started. Like I said, usually they show like 5-7 minutes of this couple, and then again they come back in the middle, and then in the end. So I'll just do it all in one, all the couples, and then we'll just go down the list like that. But yeah, so today it was Michael and Natalie. I mean, she is just the weirdest character. I don't know what's going on with Natalie, pardon, and why she's always acting this way around his mom. I know they may not like each other, but the way Natalie always talks about her mom, I feel like, why is she not taking into consideration that if it was her mother, would she have appreciated Mike speaking to her mom like that? You know what I mean? Like the way she behaves, I find it weird. She's socially awkward. She does this thing where she shuts down. I mean, I do get that Trish tries to draw her out. I mean, Mike's mom is kind of trying her best to draw Natalie out and kind of make her feel a bit like she has to answer to her sometimes, and stuff like that. But come on, mother-in-law, that, in-laws always test your nerves, don't you think? So I think she's just trying to test her nerve and kind of push the boundaries a little bit. We know that she wanted the neighbor to stand up and basically cancel their wedding. So in that sense, it's a little bit like she's trying to, you know, push her to the limit, maybe. You know what I mean? Push her to the limit to the point where maybe she leaves her son. I don't know what Trisha's motive is, but goal, should I say? Her goal is to push Natalie the way she does, but what's her name? Natalie herself is, I think, kind of deserving of the way she kind of acts. Like when Mike touched her in the kitchen, why would you react like that in front of your mother-in-law? Why would you do that? Why would you, say, don't touch me and don't do this? You certainly don't mind it when he's touching you any other time. So why are you acting like you guys can't be showing a bit of affection when you're around his family? That was just him coming up to you, trying to Mike always tries to lighten the mood with her awkward moments. She has too many awkward moments that I can't stand. It's just not acceptable, I don't think. Natalie, and then that whole the laugh moment when she laughed. I mean, Hector, what did you think when Natalie, I don't know if you've seen the episode, when she laughed at the mom and was like, with the cup. And then the fact that she's claiming that she called her a whore. I mean, I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to say that. Sorry, guys. But yeah, the fact that she's claiming that she basically called her a garden tool. I don't know what's going on. I just don't understand that. And then you've got, I mean, what else is she doing? Natalie's just, the fact that she shut down on the dinner table, the part where they were eating the food, the brunch, or whatever the brunch, she called it, right? The Ukrainian, the authentic Ukrainian dish that she made. Now, Natalie when they're at the dining table and she asks her about children, she could have just said, well, you know, not right now. You know what I want, Trish? You know, I don't really want kids. But it's the way she says it. It's the way she shuts down. It's the way, you know what? It's the way she shuts down. It's the way that she, you know, acts like nobody's there talking to her. She just looks a little bit like she's got issues. Like, why is Natalie even with Mike? I believe there's something wrong with Natalie, and the reason why you didn't stay in Ukraine is maybe because people know about your condition down there. That's what I've come down to. People know about your condition, and so maybe it's hard for you to find a man down there, but you are like crazy. I don't understand where all of this comes from, the way you behave with people, the awkward laughter. I just don't understand. It's madness to me. It's just ridiculous. Now I'm going to jump to Tiffany and Ronald. Tiffany now, remember last week she was sitting with her father. Now they spoke and she asked him if he could asked him if he could should I say, co-sign the papers. Now, the dad said he would do it, and then Tiffany obviously hadn't told him yet at that point about the fact that Ronald has a past, so she carries on. She then tells him about his past, the fact that this man has a criminal record, the fact that this man, you know, has had things against him regarding when it comes to courts or police problems, when it comes to his criminal record in the past before he even met her. I mean, while he was with her, he was doing stuff, she said, but before he met her, he had so many felonies, blah, blah, blah. Now, the dad said he will sign the papers regardless because he sees the relationship Ronald has with Daniel. Now, again, we spoke about this last week a little bit. Do you guys agree with the fact that they're kind of holding on to the emotional side, I think, of things, the emotional bond that Daniel may have with this man that's his younger sister's dad, right? His stepdad, you know, quote unquote, his stepdad, right? So it's like, is it right for the dad to say, I'm going to sign it only because the son is, you know, has a good relationship with this man? I don't know, but it's a big risk. He said he will do it. She then proceeds to go to this immigration lawyer to sit down with him and prepare Ronald for the interview that he's got to go through, the interview process for the green card, right? Now, they call him on the Zoom. They said he's going to join us in a minute. They call him on the Zoom. I'm just like, okay, this man comes on the Zoom. It looks like there's what do you call it? There is disco lights in the background, party lights, whatever you want to call it. And he's there vaping, just blowing away, just chilling, laying down practically, while the lawyer is trying to have a serious one-on-one with him and consult him about how he should answer particular questions. And the way he was answering things, the man said 50-50. This man is not going to pass a test, basically, is what I think he was trying to be polite for the camera. But basically what he was saying is, this man, it's a wrap. He's not going to get his interview. It's just not going to happen. They are yes or no questions. And here you got Ronald talking about, yeah, I did this. And yeah, you know, have you got any previous crimes or whatever you've committed? He's like, what? He's like, yeah, plenty. I have plenty. I'm just like, this man has got no sense. But at the same time, you know what, Tiffany, in your face, because you should have made a better decision running around here, single mom, going to South Africa, out of all places, to find a man to be with when you've got a son in bloody America. You got yourself mashed up in all this mix up business. So I think she needs to deal with the consequences of that. Whether it will turn out well for her or not is the question, right? But I don't know with Tiffany and Ronald. The dad said he will do it. I mean, Ronald looked disgusting. Tiffany was fuming. This was very, very embarrassing, people. It was so embarrassing. She was sitting on the desk with this immigration lawyer, talking about the fact that This is how he should answer questions. This is what he should say. Blah, blah. And the man still couldn't take it seriously. But there he is talking about, if things don't work out, you're going to move to South Africa for me. No, she ain't coming to South Africa. Okay. So, Ronald needs to get it together, because I don't agree with her going to South Africa regardless and taking those kids up there. I don't care how many kids she's got with this man. She chose him. I get it. But at the same time, if I were her, I would stay where I am right now with my children. Now, to Angela and Michael, I mean, TLC, you are doing us wrong around here. I forgot to put my little banner up. TLC is playing games right now. TLC is playing games. Why? I mean, Angela and her facelift, she goes to the doctor before I even get into it, because I am just so annoyed. She goes to the doctor back to go and see him. Basically, the doctor, I think the secretary must have called him and told her that they're going to postpone the surgery for that turkey neck situation she's got going on. And she's not happy. So she decided to go there herself to go and speak to the doctor face to face. No pun intended. So she's going to get a facelift, right? Well, wants to get a facelift. But the doctor was straightforward with her. Actually, as much as we were all focused on how good looking the doctor was. Hey, Bobo, thanks for joining. Hey, Ablavi, Hector, I said that already. Hey, Hope Love, thanks for joining, darling. How was I going to say? The doctor, remember the African doctor was good looking, but did we ever hear him threaten her with a nicotine test? We never heard him do that. We never heard him really tell her. He told her about the risks, didn't he? But he didn't really say things like, I'm going to make you do a test. I'm going to make you sign a what does it say? Is it a liability form or something like that for you to say that you're not going to smoke, and if they find nicotine in your blood or in your system when they do the test, that basically they're not going to go ahead with the surgery, and you've wasted everybody's time. You might still have to pay something though. Like, I'm sure you might have to still pay something for wasting people's time. So she's being threatened basically by her doctor and told that she needs to nip it in the bud, stop smoking cigarettes. Otherwise, he says, the area that they're going to work on, the face, is so sensitive, you cannot be smoking because the blood clots and the blood cells and whatever he was explaining, it's going to clot up. What did he say? The skin is not going to heal. They need the skin to heal. Otherwise, it's going to die, and you don't want the skin to die underneath. I mean, it just sounded like you would never take the risk, right? Never. Me? Never. I wouldn't even, no. You don't need doing, right? But I'm just saying, the risk that you're taking is so much bigger than, you know what I mean, than what you're getting out of it. Like, Angela is just a mess at this point. It was all cute and the idea was nice when she said she was going to get things done, but I mean, now it's a little bit like, really, Angela, is this what we're doing? Are you just going to do everything all of a sudden? You've got money and you've got, your body all of a sudden can handle all this surgery. I don't get it. Then she's upset with Michael. Now here, this is the part. Michael seems to not call her. She's always calling him. She's upset that he's not checking on her. I mean, Michael is upset for the fact that this woman is out here getting herself cut up in all sorts, but she doesn't understand that. She just thinks the man is just not caring. He's giving her the silent treatment. I mean, there's miscommunication there, isn't there, with Michael and Angela? But Angela needs to stop shouting at this man on the phone and belittling him and demasculinizing him. A lot of men feel very demasculinized due to this type of behavior. I can't stand, like, when I'm watching the TV, honestly, Angela gets on my damn nerves. Why does she keep talking to this man in this abusive manner, like he's her little bitch? It don't work like that. Like the auntie said, listen, I like the auntie. The auntie is straightforward. This is how it is around here. For the fact that we're Western, we live in the Western world, and, women have independence and stuff like that. I'm all for that and whatnot. But what I'm saying is the what do you call it? The cultural ways, like, I'm all for it. If that's what you do in your country, back in my home country, they have cultural ways, and the man runs things around the house. So I don't understand when his auntie is talking to Michael. I know Michael feels about this big because in Nigeria, these things don't go on like that. Men don't allow themselves to be treated by a woman like that. I'm sure they'd rather be single and alone, right? Yeah, and they will switch you up quick with that type of attitude. So I don't understand how Michael, when he's like talking to his family, he's like a little boy, always like, I'm trying, this is why I'm not calling her at the moment. And this is why I'm not, talking to her, and I'm giving her the silent treatment. Michael, you can do what you like. You're still the one wanting the green card. You need her more than she needs you right now. So in that sense, she can switch you up real quick, I suppose, if she wants a man from abroad, right? She can switch him up real quick. So I think with Michael and their situation, the way that the auntie reacted, I mean, hands for my thumbnail, when he told her she wants to do a facelift, they were like, face what? Facelift? The auntie was just like, you could see the irritation on her face, right? But I think Michael is just like that, which is why he can't get an African woman. You think so? You think he's just a softie? I don't know. He seems too easy to be beaten around like by a woman and controlled. So yeah, maybe you've got a point there, Hector. Fair point. Fair point. But yeah, I mean, his auntie, the way she said, how much Nigerian naira is that? Tell me, please. He said 11.5 Nigerian. She said, what? She was like, what? You know how much money that is? Like, we don't do these things around here. But I think what they don't understand is TLC pays for this, right? She gets all these things done for promotion or whatever. I mean, Michael must think this woman is just handing out money. Like, it doesn't work like that. I don't know why she hasn't explained to this man, because he's kind of looking a little bit uneducated, right? But like uninformed, I should say. Uninformed. Let me take that word back. Uninformed, right? So why is she not communicating with him and letting him know that, she doesn't really, it doesn't really come out of her own bank account, talking about our bank accounts are mashed up and whatever he said. I don't get that. And then the aunties are like, you need to have a baby. So I don't understand why she's wasting all that money. And, the one thing that kind of got to me is, and I hope our jungle princess is here tonight to join us. I was hoping, fingers crossed. If you're there, please jump up. What's with the broken fridges in the yard? TLC, I can't. Michael, don't allow this to happen in your country, man. Why are you doing the motherland like this? Why are you allowing these broken fridges to stand in your courtyard? And if they are there, could you not have told TLC, just do a 180 with the camera, just flick it to that side where you just got the car in the background, if that's the case? It just looks awful. Why have you got broken fridges in the front yard, Michael? Why? And then you got your auntie telling you, come on, put your work into it, get your muscle together. You're there mashing up yam and sweating bags. Like, I just don't get it. I mean, it's awful. It's awful. And then on top of that, the background music. Did you guys catch the hello? Listen, people, when you go to Africa and you walk outside your house in Africa, you don't hear no hello background music, through the trees. I'm just letting you lot know. Don't think that this is what's going on, because the way every time the African clip comes on, all of a sudden they got different. What do they have different background music for Libby and Andre? Do they have Russian tunes on for Andre? Like for Julia and for Yara? They need to stop playing games, because you are just playing down and always making Africa look like some deadbeat place. We got beautiful places. I'm offended the fact that they're allowing Africa to look like this, whether it's Nigeria. Where was the other one filming? Ethiopia. I don't care. TLC is out of order. Why do they keep doing this? That's the one that really got to me. Why do they keep doing this? TLC is really, it's kind of like underlined digs, you know what I mean? This is the type of shit we talk about as black people. When you really pay attention, you find that these white production companies always want to edit their shit different. They always want to edit things funny when it comes to certain characters on certain shows. Pay attention and you'll know what I'm talking about. Now I'm gonna jump to oh hey Leslie, thanks for joining. I'm going to jump to Andre and Elizabeth. Now, Andre and Elizabeth, right? Chuck, first of all, he needs to sort his kids out, because it's Chuck, I think, that the problem is. It's Chuck that I think it's Chuck that's the problem. He basically doesn't know how to keep it straight with his kids. I think he's telling Andre one thing and then his kids another. So I think that's the issue. You know, Andres basically has visited Chuck. He's telling him about the green card, about the fact that he's got to go through a whole process and they're going to look into his background. The fact that if they do find something in his background, you know, he told him straight, I'm taking Libby and my daughter back to Moldova if they deny me my card. You know that, right? And Chuck didn't say a thing. I was quite surprised. He just was like, you know, like basically Chuck is thinking, I need to keep this man in a job. You could already see Chuck's brain going, I need to make sure Andre stays in a job and stays here with Libby, because he doesn't want his granddaughter and his daughter to go. So Andre and, you know, Libby at the moment, it's a bit iffy to me. Like you said, that fight, I don't know, little bit scripted, wasn't it? The way they are trying to have a family day out, and out of all the days, you decide to have a little one-on-one little tussle with your sister on the top part of the yacht, as they wanted to do. Was that a yacht, by the way, people, or was that just a big boat? Because the way they always talk, this family, it seems like they're living some high life, but really, we all know what's going on in the background. Isn't he allegedly renting houses he doesn't own and stuff like that? Like, I don't understand talking about this is the life that we need to, you know, come and live, or this is what we're aiming for, to have a house on the water. I mean, Chuck, if you're going to fraud, you know, scam people, should I say, and commit fraud allegedly, then I don't think you're going to get there. You know what I mean? The fact that Andre, it seems like he's taken advantage of him. I mean, the kids are just on Andre's case. Libby and the sister get into it. I'm sure you guys have seen the little previews and whatnot. Yeah, exactly. GSP, actually. Thank you for joining. Good point. I don't understand. I mean, in the end, he did kind of shout, right? And say, you guys need to stop it and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, leave that crazy family to it. We'll see if Andre gets his green card. I don't think he will, but there we are. Andre is going to be the head of the family by next year. You think so? You think so? Because Chuck is a little bit of a pushover, a little bit like Charlie, right? Bit of a PUSSY, eh? Like daddy, like father, like son, as they say. And then we've got Jovi and Yara. Now, excuse me. Jovi and Yara, like, listen, all I did was angry emojis and pum pum shorts. What's with this woman who was just complaining the other week that she couldn't lay down and bend over for her husband because she's still sensitive and stitches and whatnot. But you're out here wearing pum pum shorts that's got half your arse out. I thought you were still healing. I thought you were still healing from all the baby, you know, the damage the baby caused. I don't understand. You're trying too hard, Yara, to stay sexy. I'm sure you would be sexy in comfortable clothes, dropping your husband off at the airport. You're trying way too hard to upkeep with this American picture you have in your head, I think. I don't know if you guys agree, but I don't understand. I don't understand why Yara always tries so hard with her fashion. Is it just me? Or please tell me if you guys noticed the shorts. It was just too much. Listen, I'm not the one to say don't wear this and don't wear that. But Yara, you're trying too hard, in my opinion, to uplift to this image. These, you know, Eastern European girls come to America or other countries with this image of what they see online. And that's what they follow fashion-wise. And they think that's how people dress and that's how, you know what I mean? But to me, that was just like not attractive at all. furthermore, between her not being able to cope alone, right? And then Pum Pum Shorts, I've had it with Yara. And then she's another one. Do you guys agree that she's so disrespectful to Jovi's mum? Like, I'm watching this thinking, who are you talking to? I'm talking to the TV, like trying to stick up for the mum, Who are you talking to, Yara? Who are you talking to? Because at the end of the day, you're there talking to the mum. She's holding her grandchild, right? You're your baby. And you're telling her, oh, my $500 hairdryer. Is that the most expensive thing you own, Yara? Because it seems to me like it is. The way you always talk about possessions, this girl is so materialistic. I can't stand girls like that. All you care about is what things cost and what brand things are and what name you're wearing. And this image that they have with when they come to America is absolutely ridiculous. You're lucky Jovi's got a job to upkeep you, I suppose. But I'm sure even Jovi, after a while, the way he lives in the bayou, they're down to earth people. Jovi's not out here walking around with Louis Vuitton things all the time. Everybody wants to own nice things here, you know what I mean, here and there. But the way this girl carries on, oh yeah, I'm going to go out and spend your money and da-da-da. I didn't like that at all. And then, yes, I felt sorry for Jovi. The fact that Jovi's got to leave his daughter, his newborn daughter. And, babies grow very quickly. A dad would only have to be away a couple of weeks and the child could have, smiled for the first time or done something. They change so much. So I do feel for him and kind of felt like, oh, when he was kissing his daughter, like I understand how he's feeling, because my ex-husband had to go through that sometimes with work and stuff. I understand kids change so much, and like for him to have to be away and not even know for sure if he's coming back within the time frame that he's set, yeah, I felt for him. He's trying hard, you know what I mean? He's trying, isn't he? As much as we've seen the little past, where he was drinking a lot and we all had our opinions about him, he's all right. Like, he's trying. At least he's out here making his money and stuff. But he's definitely missing out as a dad, and I think he realizes that as he was leaving. And then we've got Julia and Brandon and, the parents on the farm and the animals. I mean, Julia is just, Julia and Brandon, she finally gets some mail. She gets this permit that apparently gives her rights to work. I'm assuming it's a work permit. She can work and travel. So it's kind of like a little ID card, not the full-on green card thing that she applied for. But she's on her way, I suppose. She's on her way. So props to her. And you know what, actually? I like how Julia takes charge. Last week, her issue was a little bit with the jealousy, wasn't it? The jealousy thing that she did. She's a little bit dangerous on that end, right? But on the other hand, I like how she pushes Brandon out of his comfort zone. Brandon will forever be in this farm if it's not her telling him, listen, we're going, I'm getting a job, right? I'm going to get a job. And if you don't get the money together, I will get a job and I'm moving into Richmond to the town, the nearest town where they're supposed to be living, where they're supposed to be moving to. Fair play to her. At least she has this mindset of wanting to go out and do something for herself, whereas Yara just wants to lay out on her back and pop out babies at this point. Like, Yara didn't even try to go and do anything. I know she still hasn't got her papers, but I'm just saying. Yara seems to be the type that wants to get her nails done, look pretty, and not do much, if I'm honest. Julia, on the other hand, seems to be the one that's more career focused, has goals in mind, wants to, go out and do stuff before she even has children. So, yeah, I mean, she got the papers. They're happy. There was a moment where the dad, I don't remember the dad's name, but Brendan's dad is like, oh, I'm so happy for you guys. And he holds his hands out like he wants to hug somebody, right? And Julia doesn't really go for it. And then he says, group hug. I was like, hold on. Like, Dad, you're getting awful lot happy, like, for you to kind of like, want to hug up Julia every minute. Like, you're always just too touchy-feely. Anyway, Julia now basically doesn't trust Betty. Well, we knew this, but she basically tells her, I don't. Betty basically says we're having the 70th birthday party for his dad. So, oh, hi, Levon. Thanks, Levon. Yeah, no worries. I'll see you in a bit. Oh, you gotta have a meeting to catch the life. Oh, hey, I thought you said you had to go. Hi, Levon. It's so funny. So yeah, Betty's having a 70th for Brendan's dad, right? And then she's basically saying, why can't we do a little celebration for your wedding and the fact that you got the little work permit and stuff like that? Can we not do a little 2-in-1 party? Julie's like, no, we're good. We married. I've got the ring. We did it all. Brandon's like, yeah, I agree. We don't really want anything. Betty's a bit disappointed because she wants to throw them a party. But Julia's like, I don't trust this. Is this a party to make us stay? Basically, is what she told them. A party to make us stay. Betty's like, no, we're not doing that. Julia's smart, she can kind of see through Betty's ways still. So Betty's found her match. That's all I'm saying. She definitely found her match. And basically, if Brendan doesn't step up to the plate, I could see Julia leaving him, if I'm honest, when she gets her paperwork, because he needs to go out and make some money. But Brandon understands the fact that, listen, we need to take our time as well and just organize and plan things a little bit, because what Julia doesn't understand is you need money in order to, hold your end of the bargain. If they're going to move out, they need to be able to stay out, right? And not within 2 months say, oh, we can't, pay to afford rent. We can't afford to pay rent. We got to come back, mom and dad. That's not, really the scenario that you want to end up in, right? So they need to get it together and do it right if they're going to do it properly. That's basically what Brandon is saying. But at the same time, I do believe Brandon is way too comfortable staying with his parents. So Julia needs to get that fire up his ass, just turn on that fire up his ass and make him go out and get them a flat or an apartment, And then we've got the last but not least, we've got Kalani and Asuelo. Now, last week she wanted to divorce him. This week, apparently, he's had a car accident, just like magic. She loves him. She doesn't want to lose him. Oh, I love Asuelo. I don't want to lose him and my children. Blah, blah, blah. She had a change of heart, doesn't want to divorce him. He then says, babe, let's go do something romantic for a couple of days. I've got something planned for us just for a couple of days, you and me. Let's go do something. Here she goes. I've got to breastfeed. So the kids have to come and mum has to come just so she can watch the kids. It'll still be our time, but mum has to watch the kids. Is that all right with you? And he compromises. I mean, it's just really, Kailani, that the one time that I actually thought this man's taken initiative, the best you can do is you've got to breastfeed as big as their breasts are. Pump up in the whatever bottle or whatever and freeze it or put it in the fridge. I don't understand. I'm sure there's something you can do for those 2-3 days so you and your husband can go and be alone away from the baby. Pump it up. That's my answer to you. Pump it up. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It just, yeah, thank you. Pump it up is the slogan for tonight. This girl, I can't take her. The size that her boobs are. She needs to bloody pump them day and night if that's the case. Talking about you need to bring your mother. Like now I'm starting to think you're trying to, how a therapist or psychologist, whatever, will say, why are you self-sabotaging? This is kind of like a self-sabotaging moment. Why is she doing that? Why, is she trying to self-sabotage the moment that her husband is basically trying to create for them? And then the whole fridge situation. I mean, please, I've dropped the link. Come up and join me. The fridge situation in the yard. What is going on? Don't you guys think they're doing bloody Africa dirty? They're doing us dirty. It's just ridiculous. Let me see what you guys have to say about everybody anyway. Yeah, Hope Love. I don't like how she treats Michael. She treats Michael absolutely disgusting. Ronald doesn't want to come to America. You don't think Ronald wants? Yeah, I mean, he's way too relaxed for somebody who wants to come, right? If you compare him and Andre, I mean, even Andre, as much as he was a house, a house husband or a stay-at-home dad, he had more spunk in him, didn't he? Than Ronald at the moment. Ronald just wants to basically, sit back and chill. Like Tiffany said, I think he's got it in his head that they're actually just going to pack up and move to South Africa. I think he really believes that. It's just ridiculous. She wants him to think he's balling. She wants him to think she's balling. Well, no, she's definitely not balling. Isn't TLC paying for all the surgeries? Angela's not balling. They need Ronald to come and pick them up so they can pick what up so he can sell them. What's he selling, Hector? I don't get it. It was probably rented, yeah. Winnie the Pooh and Drunk Home and Trinky. Ah, that's a good one. You could see her personality in the shorts. Oh, so you agree? Was way too much going on. I don't understand why they pull it all the way up high just so it creeps up the butt crack. It's disgusting. Can't be comfortable, sorry. Can't be comfortable shaving up all in my butt crack. No, thank you. No, thank you. His mum is nice. Don't you think she's very disrespectful to his mum, though? Again, it's the same with Natalie. I can't take the two of them, It's the same with Natalie. At least Julia is more straight with her talk. She's not rude. She just tells Betty how she feels. She doesn't want him to know much so she can stay in control. Yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about Michael, Bobo. Yeah, definitely she wants him to stay. She wants to stay in control. And no, if it's Angela you're talking about, she definitely wouldn't be an Instagram model. No way. No way would she be an Instagram model. No. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. So you do agree with me. Yay. Andre has them where he wants them. You think Andre has the family where he wants them? I think he handled himself very well, actually. He was kind of just in the background. He didn't really try to draw out Charlie or do anything like that. Andre, listen, Andre knows what he's doing. Trust me. He is slowly working his way right next to Chuck. And Chuck is falling for it because Chuck is just lapping it up right now. The way that he said all of a sudden it went from him demolishing houses and putting actual grafting to you can come with me and be in the office. Listen, Chuck right now is trying to safeguard his daughter's future because he knows he doesn't want it to be in Moldova. Let's be real. If it was going to be in Moldova, she wouldn't have applied for the visa in the first place. They would have just stayed in Moldova and called it a day. So Chuck right now is basically, so it's working for Andre because Chuck is desperate to keep his daughter. Chuck is desperate to keep his daughter at home. Her nose is the most, oh yeah, and Yara needs to get her some friends because her hair looks awful. Well, thank you. Yeah, exactly. The hair looks awful. Sorry. I mean, she said she's got a £500 hairdryer. I'm assuming the one she's talking about, if I've got it correctly, is that Dyson hairdryer. Oh, hey, Leslie.
Hey, she probably doesn't have that soundless Dyson thing because she doesn't want to irritate her ears.
She's talking about the Dyson because that's the only one that's about £400 over here, most expensive hairdryer. So, listen, this girl, go on, Leslie. I mean, chime in.
I was just curious about Kalani and Asuelu. So everybody got on Asuelu because they're not sleeping in the same room. If she's still breastfeeding those big children,
yeah,
does that mean that then they're in the room with her? Maybe that's why he's not in the bedroom.
Actually, now that you said it, aren't they toddlers?
Yeah, they're big. They're big kids. They're walking.
Bloody hell. Yeah, but okay, there's nothing wrong with the
No,
breastfeeding. I
there's
know
not.
it's really
What
good
I'm
for the
saying
kids
is,
and
if you
stuff. I know
breastfeed,
it's good. But it's not like how you said, if it was a baby that's between 0 and 12 months, then you'd be like, okay, you need to kind of, you're attached to that baby a lot more, right? But a 2-year-old,
they're
bloody
eating
pump
food.
that, pump
They're
that.
already eating food. Like they have
Yes,
teeth.
pump.
But,
And
and
then
this is
listen,
crazy.
you're not going to be biting on my nipples. No, thank you. You know
But
how
this
painful that is once they get the teeth.
no, I
Leslie,
don't. I don't have children.
awful.
Thank you very much. I'm
It's
good.
awful. Once they start getting the teeth, it feels like somebody's nibbling on you. Okay, it's not funny anymore. It's not funny and it's not cute. Okay. I know we've seen documentaries where people are still breastfeeding at the age of 5 and stuff, right? It's weird. But
Yeah, we also
I
saw
mean,
Game of
up
Thrones,
until
so
2,
weird
or
about
maybe even push it to 2.5, if you feel like there's still goodness in there. If a doctor can tell me there's goodness in it, then as a part of their diet, I might give you some. But that's even if I'm still producing. Do you know what I mean? Because you tend to dry up after a while anyway.
Hey,
Hey.
what up, Subway Queen?
Oh, okay.
How's
Yeah,
she
you
mean?
tend to dry up anyway after a while. So, you know, yeah. And what do you think about Julia saying she's going to get a job and if he doesn't
Good for
fix
her.
up, she will go? I
Good
think it's
for her.
good for her as well.
Good for her. She needs
Yeah.
to go because if he's not going to give her what he promised her, because
Yeah.
let's face it, he didn't sell her on the idea of come on, we can live on my parents' farm and you can help.
No, no.
He
No,
sold
it
her.
was all lavish holidays and I love you, baby.
I mean, okay,
Yeah.
let's go back to Julia. Listen, y'all not gonna get me to believe Brandon is straight. I don't care what you say.
I've been watching Brandon and his face. Listen, his features are not, kind of girly, but some men are just like that. I don't know. Listen, maybe he likes pegging. We've spoken about this. Maybe
Listen,
he just likes
pegging
that.
isn't.
There's
Listen,
nothing wrong with that.
no. Would you sleep with Brandon?
No.
No, because he's not
All right,
my
then I don't want
type.
to hear it.
Way too soft, way too limpy for me.
He is. Listen, he likes what he likes. If Julia wants to do it, fine. But you're not gonna get me to believe that he's
No,
straight.
and I don't know, but Julia seems more fitted with a nice, muscly guy who's more tall and bigger bodied, and I don't know. That's just to me. But then again, opposites attract. So maybe this is what she's kind of into because she can kind of control. Imagine in the bedroom, she can control things like.
I think that they complement each other. I think that Julia is way more masculine than Brandon is.
Yes.
That they balance each other out.
Yeah.
She's very aggressive.
Yeah.
You bitches are
Yeah.
rude. I'm sorry.
I mean, Brandon, if you really want to talk about who would look good in drag,
Imagine somebody saying
out of
that? Yo, you're more masculine than your man.
yeah, no, I'd be offended. You are.
But she is.
That's what you
She
just said.
is.
She is. I'm not.
No, but you just said she's more masculine than her man.
I'm
Yeah.
not trying to be offensive. I'm stating a fact. That's a fact. She's way more masculine than he is.
Well, Hector said Brandon is just straight. Is straight, but just weird and skinny.
Brandon is not straight. Even his parents said they didn't know if he liked getting D down. I get tired of this. If your mom thinks that you like peen,
Yeah.
chances are you tasted a peen once or twice.
Yeah. GSP says Brandon looks exactly like his mom. Then I'm like, Brandon looks exactly like his dad. They all three look the same. She just can't. And it's true. They all kind of
What
look
happens
similar.
when you
And have you noticed even Brandon's laugh is similar to Daddy's? It's crazy. They're all similar.
Now,
So
I want to know, what job is Julia going to get? Where can she go stripping?
she's gonna be a
she's
good
not
one.
going to go
She's
stripping.
gonna
Remember,
make
she wants to
her
be
own club.
a wedding, whatever. But listen, Julia can go be a waitress. She's cute. You know what I mean? Go do something to make a few dollars, and then they can get their money together and move out, can't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, she lives in the middle of nowhere.
But hold on, listen, Ablavi, I want you to discuss with me the fact that how they're doing Africa dirty.
What'd you say?
I want you to give me your opinion about the fridges in the courtyard and how they're doing Africa dirty.
Listen, yo, they really did do you like save the homeless African children on this one.
This is ridiculous.
I said, where's the hut?
What is going? Yeah, right. And furthermore, why are we cooking yam in the middle of the courtyard? Where's the kitchen? Where's the kitchen? At least you should have a little, like a square brick area where the kitchen. Where is the kitchen, people? Michael, what is going on? How are you allowing TLC to do you and your family like this? I don't understand. Do they decide where they're gonna set up? Ablavi, do you not agree? They could have just turned the camera slightly that way and the fridge wouldn't been in frame.
Listen, like, when they went to the market, they already did you dirty.
Yes, I did see the market. And actually the markets do kind of look like if you're not used to seeing it, the markets do look bad compared to what you would see here. Like, people would be shocked if they saw the market in Somalia is kind of outside. They literally cut the meat on, how should I say it, tables, and you know the flies are everywhere, but you buy your meat and then you go and wash it. You know, it's just outdoor market, isn't it? That's just how it is. We don't have the big fridges everywhere and stuff like that.
We have them in Dominican Republic too, and people prefer to. We have them in Dominican Republic too, and people prefer to go by there because of the fact
that it's in the morning and it's fresh. Yeah,
it's fresh because you know you can't keep meat overnight; like it'll spoil.
Yeah. So for me, it wasn't that big a deal. Was it shocking to you to see the goat head? I'm sure. Come on, Ablavi. I'm sure you've seen that before. To see the whole goat head and stuff. Like my mom and her friends, I'm sure they used to cook the whole lamb head. Once they go and slaughter a sheep, let's say, and you have it all chopped up by the butcher in pieces or whatever, they will cook the lamb head, the sheep head. Yeah. And they eat the tongue and they eat the meat out of the head and all that. I'm sure. Listen, watch. People in the comments, right? Or even comment below once the live is done. I would really like to know whether you guys eat a sheep head, any type of head of an animal in your culture. I bet you there'll be people that say, yeah, that's a delicacy.
Well, I kind of get what you're saying because like in DR, like they'll sell you like.
As a kid, I used to be like, what you got? Like, Mom, who's coming over today? What you like cooking over there? Like, what you like cooking? And I'd be like, it's there. But you're young, innit? You don't understand. But to them, it was like, yo, they're getting together. They're having a ladies' night, very cultural. You know what I mean? Eating food together and catching up and stuff. But you see, the cheek is the best part. Hector said it. People like the tongue. People like all sorts of parts of the.
My mom likes the pig ears, fried.
Yeah.
She likes pig ears. She says they're so crunchy. I'm like, how do you get the hair off that? Thank you. No,
I don't eat pork, but people eat that sort of stuff. You know, like tripe. You know what tripe is? People are funny about tripe, right? If you cook tripe,
it is, and I know a lot of
tripe the right way, I'll have it in certain cultures. Like if you cook it the right way, how we cook it, I'll eat it. But then there's some people who will say, ew, like it stinks to boil it in your house. It's just disgusting. But the end result, I'll eat it. Haggis is Scottish. You see, haggis, again, I don't eat pork, but pig's blood, isn't it? And intestines and whatnot. So to each their own. People eat different things.
Blood sauce.
Yeah. But the fact that, but the fact that, oh, blood, Hector, you're good. I even eat the hoof in the menudo. What's that? Menudo.
In the boy band? Call in, Hector. You got to explain this menudo business to me.
Menudo. Oh, right. Okay. Menudo.
I know is like the boy with Ricky Martin. Like,
yeah. But, you know, it's to each their own, I suppose. But the fact that they had Michael standing over the yam and sweating like a dog, talking about, and then they eating it with the same hand that you just took the, you know, I mean, I couldn't. They did Africa dirty. I swear to God, I can't take it. It was awful.
Like, they didn't even have like a bowl of water for him to wash his hands in.
Listen, that's all I'm gonna say. They did it dirty. They did Africa so dirty today. It's just awful. TLC. I'm every bit when it comes to Africa. I was like pausing, zooming in, making sure I could see every little thing that they're trying to put out, because even the background and just everything looks awful. Couldn't they have picked a better, serene kind of, you know what I mean, location? Why are you never catching up with your aunties in their homes then? Show us how you lot are living. Show people that you're not living in some, you know, squalor. Do you know what I mean? Why?
Clearly they're not living in squalor.
At least even Benyam showed where he was.
These people, like, clearly they're not destitute. Because if you're destitute, you don't have a cell phone. You don't have access to the
but even Benyam wasn't ashamed. He took them all into that broke up kitchen that was just smoking up and shit. I mean, that's how they live. Why not? He was showing them that this is where she's going to come, but I've got to upgrade it in order for her to stay with me. But the fact that they allow Michael to sit outside, he's always sitting on the curbside or something, even with the brother, you know. No, I get that. But at the same time, I'm not saying that TLC is choosing the worst part. What I'm saying is Benjamin showed where he was from. Why is Michael never filming in the house with his auntie? It's always on the curbside or in front of the door. Have you noticed? They're always
in an apartment that Angela pays for, like a nice apartment.
I honestly don't know where he stays. Every time she calls him, it's like, oh, wait, I have to turn on the light. So it always seems to be night when she calls Michael. Well, so I honestly don't know.
You can't be bothered to actually look at a clock and take the other person into account.
Yeah.
Because that happens a lot.
Let me drop the link in case Ablavi wants to come back up. But
I hadn't seen it, and honestly, I think they'd stay doing like other countries, any place other than America. They make it look like the diviest dump imaginable.
Yeah, I've noticed.
I'm like, because I'm like, wow, I've been there, and it didn't look like that. You know, like, because back when the world was open.
Yes, Anne, they went to his parents' house. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't what do you call it? The biggest house that was on the block. They were all right. Like, they weren't.
It was nice, and there was a bathroom that was running water, and
so I don't know why they make
different than us culturally doesn't mean that you're like any less than. And I feel like that's the narrative they try to portray. Like, these people are all desperately trying to get to the U.S. Oh my God, let's see what they put up with in 90 days to get to the U.S. Like, it's almost skewed to the Americans' advantage. But then you look at somebody like, what's his face? And Stephanie, what was his name? Ryan.
Yeah.
And Stephanie.
Stephanie and Ryan? Which one?
Stephanie, the old lady. And she's like, oh, I send him thousands of dollars. I need to pay for
Oh, Stephanie. Yeah, sorry. And Harris, you mean? Yeah. No, Harris. Ryan, yeah.
And I'm just like, these people aren't living that badly. Like, I've been to Belize. People don't live that badly. Like, okay, fine. It might not be to our standards, but it's not like they don't have toilet paper and they can't afford their cable bill.
Yeah. I mean, what's our standard, though? At the end of the day, our standard is we go to work, but we pay lots and lots of bills that take our money back. Whereas where they are, the little £50 they're making, there's no government that's taxing them half of that and half in their pocket. Do you understand? So whatever they have, it may seem minimal to us, but they're happy over there. They got sun, they wake up, you know, less disease. You've got God's earth to eat from and live on. Like, come on. You can't get any better than getting your fresh fish from the ocean right on your doorstep. You know, that's the type of life they're living. What if you think about it? Could you afford to have a sea on your doorstep where you can catch fish in the Western world? You couldn't
I
unless you're a
wouldn't want it with
billionaire or
all
a
the
Who wouldn't want to
multimillionaire.
do that? What do I look like?
No, I'm just saying.
You got the wrong
What do you
girl.
listen to her?
Gibson, who you think this is?
She always tripping, man.
No, but
Honestly.
let's go back to Yara and her hair. You know what? I nearly
Oh,
had
the 500-pound Dyson hair dryer.
Yeah, Leslie was trying to get me to buy that. I hollered when I saw that. I was
One
like,
of my friends has got it, and she returned it very quickly. And she's got, like, she's white, so you can imagine. She was like, I'm not really feeling this. And she said she only uses one part of it. You get like 4 different bits to it, I think, or 5. She only uses one to dry her hair. She ended up selling it, and she made £30 profit.
listen, when she said that, I almost hollered. Instead of spending $500 on a blow dryer, she needs to catch a
She wanted a quiet blow dryer. I said, get the Dyson soundless.
Yeah,
she
and
needs
it's
to buy
$500.
No, she needs to buy a full-on pair of jeans is what she needs to do. I don't know why she's so desperate to have her ass hanging out. But please tell me, ladies, if I was wrong to comment on that. The pum pum
That
shorts.
was hilarious. Listen, I don't know what she be watching. Maybe the Golden Girls. I don't know.
But Ablavi, do you not agree with the fact that I feel like she has this image of American fashion, and that's what she really aims for?
Yeah, and it's real dated. It's real 80s based. It's like
very, yeah, very little bit like dirty, dirty kind of trailer trash dirty, and she thinks that's classy. Like, nah.
She's whiny.
Her ass was hanging out, and you got a newborn baby.
Her belly's always out. She has no pants. She's whiny the poo.
Yeah, I can't take her.
Jovi is better than me because she would have been back to the Ukraine if it was me. I would have given her her Ryanair flight back to the Ukraine. Because,
but listen, what about how she speaks to the mom?
The mom is better. Listen, this is how you know her mother isn't African. I wish I would talk to somebody's mother like that. She would slap me so hard.
Thank you. Yes. It was bothering me. I could only imagine speaking to my mother-in-law like that. Like, never in my life.
She would backhand me so quick and tell me.
Oh, my God.
And then tell everybody in the town, all in the grocery stores, having me look embarrassed out here.
Oh my God. I mean, if my husband didn't backhand me first, I mean, I'm just saying, it's just ridiculous. But the way that she stands there.
Yara is disrespectful, and I'm tired of people saying it's because she's Eastern European. Because she would not allow him to talk to her mother like that.
No, she wouldn't. She wouldn't. And that's exactly my point. And it's the same with Natalie. Don't you think she's taken a piss with Trish?
Well,
and Natalie doesn't even have an excuse. Like, she has no leg to stand on. At least Yara's got a kid that they're trying to keep in the States.
Yeah.
Listen,
Natalie has nothing. She's expendable. Bye.
But the thing about Yara is, at least for me, I mean, maybe his mother does say slick things, but the fact that she's willing for you to come to her house so often, and listen, it couldn't have been me. This would have been me. Listen, Jovi, take that woman and that baby and get out of my house.
Yeah. Yeah. No, 100%. And the mom is trying so hard just to be nice and whatever, but oh my God, you lot, listen.
Is Jovi
white people, you're more patient than us. You're more patient than us, because we don't stand for that. Sorry, we don't. The way that she was like, oh, whatever. Do you think I could whatever with my mother-in-law? Are you crazy?
I don't want my $500 blow dryer to get messed up. Then, female, put it in a bag close to you so it doesn't get ruined. And why can't the baby go in the car seat? Like, why can't the bag be with her? What is she doing?
You tell me. She was with Jovi, weren't she, saying bye, and then she was crying in the back. So the mom hadn't put the baby back in the seat yet before they drove off.
And then this is the thing. Why does she need a $500 blow dry? She should spend the $500 getting a better beautician, because her hair always looks like crap.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can't take Yara. Yara's trying too hard.
But
Yara is trying too hard.
She's just spending Jovi's money.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Eastern Europeans are getting on my Julia, because Julia always looks nasty to me. She looks like graffiti on the side of the.
She works on a farm. You leave that girl alone.
Did you just say? Hold on. Did you just say graffiti on the where?
On the wall. She just, all the nasty graffiti with the dusties around it.
That is hilarious.
Who did you think for what's his face was gonna get? Brandon couldn't get any. Brandon couldn't pull a Yara.
Ew, I think Julia's better looking than Yara.
Well,
oh yeah, 100%. Naturally, 100%.
I just think that Julia needs to get a nice, good bath. Because she has that dirty tint to her skin.
No, you know what? Listen, remember, Julia, is she Russian? Julia could have some sort of gypsy blood in her. Remember, gypsies weren't pale. They had that brown Romanian. Remember, Romanians are slightly brown.
And we're not dirty.
Yeah, no, not like you. Not like you, but you know what I mean. They have a slight tint.
Leslie, that girl needs to take a power wash. And then two, they need to get a cosmetic dentist. Maybe let's call Heavenly. Because if
Hector said Julia looks like she was poor. You agree, Ablavi?
Was poor.
Agree. Listen, when you
absolutely, that girl hustles way too much. She's like, I'm gonna get a job and I'm gonna do this. Oh, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna get this job. No, I'm gonna do. Dude, that's
no, she seems like she comes from a family of grafters. Like she seems like her daddy. She's always seen her daddy go out and earn money and come home. Yeah. All of that. I think that's what she knows. That's why she wants to get out there.
She's a hustler. She's gonna make her coin no matter how. I'm not mad at Julia. Stop calling her dirty. The girl's feeding.
No, we have to.
No, I agree. I agree with this point as well. At least Julia doesn't have to wear makeup to film. Yeah. 100%. Julia usually looks quite natural.
I'm not saying Julia is ugly. I'm not saying Julia couldn't do better. But I am saying I know the difference between clean and dirty. And I know the difference between darker skin and not taking a bath. And that is not taking washing and grooming properly.
Why would you wash to go feed the pigs?
Because it's on television.
Maybe she wants people to feel sorry for her that she's feeding the pigs.
Maybe
she's going for a Cinderella effect. I don't know. Just leave the girl alone. When she's not at the farm anymore, then you could talk about her being dirty if she still doesn't bathe.
I don't feel bad for her. Listen, if the American citizen is worth you being with a man with questionable sexuality, you got me all the way messed up if you think I'm going to feel sorry for you.
Who's the questionable Brandon? Are you still on Brandon's case?
Yes.
I'm still on Brandon. I just think that Brandon is
What about Michael? Don't you think Michael and his mom, I mean, the two necks look alike. They have these broad necks. It could be two of mine put together. Just fat. Fat. Like,
who are you talking about? Natalie?
Michael. Mike and his mother, Trish.
Oh,
I think Natalie doesn't like Mike's mom because she doesn't think she's pretty enough.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I think his mom's mom.
Hold on. Trish doesn't think Natalie is not pretty enough.
No.
Natalie doesn't think Trish is pretty enough. And I think that's where her nasty attitude comes from. She's a mean girl with no freaking stakes to claim. Like she's like a mean girl.
You know what? Funny enough that you say that. She has that type of vibe, doesn't she? Just I don't know. But then she does the shutdown thing. She just shuts down completely.
Natalie was married to a wealthy man, so she has a higher standard of life. The problem with Natalie is she didn't go dig right. And so now she's in squad.
Oh, that's the word. Natalie is an elitist. Yeah. Fair. Thank you, Hector. You're on point tonight in the comment section.
Who else was? Let's talk about Kalani.
Yes, Kalani and her breastfeeding situation.
Let me tell you something. Shout out to Lo for losing all his money and his daughter's bum.
For life, he said, Trump did people dirty. Oh, my God.
You know what, though? I'm not mad at it.
No, me neither.
A bum here
me neither.
For your bum 10 years after the fact. I'm not mad at it. Oh, you brought a bum? Oh, you divorced him? Oh, you're still responsible for your bum.
Exactly.
Bye.
But here's the
Bye.
thing I don't understand about Kalani's family. Let's say I were to have a child, God forbid, and they would have married a bum. I would have let them live in that bum's country. I wish I would sit here and let that bum live in America. Oh my God. Go to Samoa.
Do your dances. What is it that he does?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to any Samoan people out there. Please show me how to do the dance. I think it's really cool.
But
you
the
can copy.
fact of the matter is,
yeah,
Asuelu is a buck. And Asuelu,
Asuelu was having a woo moment this week, talking about he had an accident and he feels like he can't really drive right now and woo. It was just a bit of a pity moment, to be fair.
Is he going to go on disability? Because guess what?
No, he's not hurt necessarily. He was more shocked with what happened and he doesn't want to drive a car. And then he was like, you know how we said you want to get more romantic and whatever. He said he booked them a trip away for a couple of days to go and do something.
You're too sick to go to work, but you're not too sick to go have sexy time? No, get out of here, stupid.
Yeah, that's what he said. He wants to take her out and he's got to bring the mom because she's got to breastfeed. She then said she's got to bring her mom.
You know what's sexy? Sexy is you paying my bills when we're married.
Yeah. Wait. No. Let's go back on that because remember, they've been fighting me in the comment section about this 50-50 and all a man needs to bring is peen to the relationship. Remember,
No, thank you.
They've been
you and your peen can stay outside in the trash, thanks.
I'm good.
Yeah, innit? I'm good.
We could 50-50 to a relationship. When your man has a hard time, you got to go and be his little cheerleader. Remember, they've been tearing me up for that. So no.
Yeah.
Natalie's a cam girl.
Listen, 50-50. If I'm cooking and cleaning my ass, 50-50.
That's 50-50. That's what. Relationship.
No, thank you.
This is
no,
50-50.
Thank you. No, if I'm cooking and cleaning, I'm probably doing more 80 and 20. So if I'm doing 80, you better bring the 80 equivalent of money back. What are you talking about? And then wait for my 20 to top you up.
This is the 50-50 relationship that people be wanting. That say, I got to bring 50% of the income. This is y'all 50-50.
No, that's a whole nother conversation. But
let's getting more into that. Say they're both working and they're like, well, the rent's $1,500 a month. Let's just throw out a ridiculous. So it's $750. But he's making $300,000 a year, and I'm making $80,000. Why is it 50-50?
It's not 50-50. And then on top of that, I'm the one cooking and cleaning while you're out most of the time. No, thank you. It's not 50-50.
He gotta play his volleyball.
Furthermore, I'm banking my money. Why don't you look after me and my children?
Because that's the 50-50.
Thank you. And if you don't agree, keep it in the comments. Thanks.
Or come on, I'd like to have a discussion
after the live. No, after the live. I mean, if you watch it and you don't agree,
okay,
it's
let's
all well
go
and
to
fine.
our last crazy couple. Let's go to. Did you see Elizabeth's OnlyFans, honey? That is a laugh and a half.
Is that
no,
the
I
one
have not.
Tampon string sticking out?
You want to talk about the fake fight that they had with her sister?
You know, Nabia, I really don't like you. I don't like the way that you talk to me sometimes. You're just so rude sometimes.
Who said that?
I'm just saying, like, that's like the type of fake fight. Oh my God, I'm a better actress than Libby.
I know, and the way they, and the way they pushed each other was a bit like, I mean, really, listen, Elizabeth, you need to get a bit of a backbone because the whole time you're standing there trying so hard to suck in your belly and look good in the bathing suit while you're really, not into fighting with your sister. Let's just be real. You guys are so aware of the cameras being there. Have you watched that family? They are very aware of the cameras being around. Hence why it just looks more fake and fake and fake. Chuck talking about, I want to have a family reunion. We're going to have an RV. Your family don't even get together. What are you talking about? Acting like these families get together. They don't get together.
No, Chuck wants a spinoff real bad. Because Chuck's got no legal fees to pay.
Him and his football of children. football of children that he still gives money to left, right, and center. Hence why they're so upset, talking about she's a spoiled brat and he's a user and whatever they called her. You know, it was just ridiculous. And by the way, did you guys,
married off so well?
Ablavi, did you catch the woman with the blonde hair who was supposedly Charlie's girlfriend? What a mess.
Woo, well, when you dated Mr. Penguin, you got to do what you got to do.
I know. With his big body. You know what, Penguin, you know, you said it. His mid-body, his middle part is bigger and he has a small head, yeah.
No, he just like physically looks like a penguin. Like, look at a penguin's face and his. It is so similar.
And it's saggy as well. Yeah. 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 But he looks like his dad, innit? Remember, in a couple of years, he would just look like Chuck. Chuck is 9 months pregnant all the time.
Listen, let Chuck be what Chuck be.
It says
here that does the sister have a rich husband? Does Libby's sister have a rich husband?
Yeah, Jen is with a robust black man. Oh.
So is Jen the one with the rich husband or the one she was fighting? Because I can never remember her name.
Jen's the rude one. Jen's the one that was like, oh, this food is so nasty.
No, I remember her. But she's not so much in it as much as before. What about the other one?
I know he's from Denmark. So maybe he has a little bit of money. But Jen's husband is a DJ in Orlando. He's this robust black guy, and they have 2 kids together.
Yeah.
And but he's never on the show. And he gives her like YSL, Chanel. He affords her lifestyle. That's why Chuck was like, Libby is going to get jealous because the other 2 girls have men that can take care of them.
Oh, really? Right. So there is some sibling rivalry.
Compared to the other 2. And I don't think that her sisters are good looking. Like, let's not get this twisted. But it's very easy to spot the ugly duckling in that family.
Leslie.
Am I lying? But am I lying?
Okay, let me see if I can spot the ugly duckling. The ugly duckling is the one that ran into the house the other week and said, "Why are you taking my business?" out of the 3 girls.
These people and these uncivilized dogs.
The one that, so one of Jen's sisters, one of Libby's sisters, looks like you remember, did anybody see that movie Moana?
Yeah.
The cartoon? You remember that chicken that was like in Moana that was like always
you know the crazy chicken who had no sense of direction.
Libby's sister looks like her.
Stop it. Oh my God, look, Hector is saying the same as you. You guys are on one today.
She was like, and even the way she moves her head, she's like, no, I don't see it. No.
That is hilarious.
Crazy.
I know. That is hilarious. Well, come on then. Sound your last words, ladies, before we finish up for today.
Last words. This is a boring season, and let's just keep going with it.
Hopefully,
let's just keep going with it.
So we can finish.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to see how they're gonna carry on doing bloody thingy dirty, because that was just out of order. But let's see how TLC wants to bloody film Africa, you know, in the rest of the season. Catch me on Wednesday. I'll be covering a murder case regarding murder and moisturize on Wednesday. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that thumb button for me, the thumbs up button for me. Thank you. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get the notification for Wednesday. Join me for murder and moisturize. I'll be covering, I think this time I'll be covering a murder that happened here in England. Actually, it's a very unfortunate, should I say, kind of a domestic kind of murder case, little bit of a murder mystery, but it was solved in the end. So catch me on Wednesday.
I wanted to say to Hector, look at how good your girl's looking for you. Okay, bye.
You know what? I'm gonna mute you. I swear to God, she is unbelievable. Anyway, thanks for joining, everybody, ladies, men, everybody that's supporting the channel. Thank you so much. And stay safe, stay hydrated, enjoy your life, I suppose, and I'll catch you guys on Wednesday. All right, let's say bye on 3, if I can bloody get it clicking right.